My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody who is big mad because you blocked them. This is a person who was pretty confident you would never block them, or quite certain that you would always want to leave some sort of path open for them to have access. Because for many of you, this is a twin flame journey. I don't feel that this is going to resonate for everyone that this reading is for, but for many of you, it's because you have dealt with this person multiple cycles and you've learned a lot about yourself, including your self-worth, because of dealing with this person. So their immature behavior or inability to express themselves had led you to a point where you felt like it was time to block this person. So they're mad. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wing chime time. There we go, a little bit more. Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a good day. Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Bitchy Tata. Hello, Lemonade. What's going on? If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. If you're interested in more content, such as more shorts and live streams, I've got 3 tiers of memberships. That's also linked for you in the description box. Hello, Dana. How are you doing? All right, let's dive in. We're going to start with what's the news. And then I do like to offer the chance to do personal questions. If we hit $15 in tips, I will take personal questions at the end. All right, this is the what's the news. So I feel like it's going to be about somebody being mad. You're dealing with a person that seems to be, it's like they're a firework. They can cause a lot of excitement and be, beautiful for a little bit. They do like to indulge, so they might be a partier. But then as soon as the sparks die down, then this person is out. So this could be a professional ghost. Someone who doesn't really know how to keep things working over a long period of time, right? Hello, Selena. Hello, dragons. What's going on? Lucky break, good fortune, and frenemy. So here's the thing. They should be happy for you because there are good things that are coming for you. There's good karma and you're getting to harvest that, right? So there's, for many of you, improvement in your finances. For some of you, this is a big step in your career. For others of you, you're finding new love or starting a family. And this person, they care about you. They want you to be happy. But when it comes to wishing you well, it's more complicated for them if they know that they have no access to you. It'd be one thing if you were no contact, but they could still choose to message you, but you blocking them, it makes them frustrated, right? Hello, Anshika, how are you doing? Oh, that's funny. I would guess you would struggle, actually. But I hope you find your way on the internet. It looks like you might be a little bit lost. Hello, Chase. How are you doing? Oh, are you judging my intelligence? Yeah, see, the thing about that is, though, I feel like if you took a Socratic method approach, you would want to make sure that you actually understand something about a person before you judge them, right? Hello, what should I call you, KX? If we get to a $15 tip, I will do personal questions at the end, okay? But I would caution you, please don't repeat questions because I will put you in timeout. So we definitely have somebody that is gossiping, trying to get information and probably also trying to spread that information. I would not say that this is somebody who is extremely respectful of others. I would say this is somebody who's looking for attention or specifically looking for information on you because they don't have access to you. All right, this is the Noisy Tarot. Hey, Steven, how are you doing? Hello, Danny. What's going on? Okay. Well, I'm really proud of you for having that clarity in your own worlds, but it's a little bit limited in mine. I'm here because I want to help people. If you were clairvoyant, you would be able to pick up on that. Hello, Lovepreet. How are you doing? Go sit in the corner. All right. We've got 9 of Swords in the reverse. 8 of Wands. And the World. So without communication, you have communicated that this is over. They may have specialized in finding a way to keep things in kind of like a purgatory between the two of you, where it wasn't really a good thing, wasn't really over, wasn't really on the right track, but at least that connection's still there, right? The thing is, when you block someone, you make pretty clear what your intentions are or what the current status is, right? So this frustrates them because they are probably the person that was generally more in control over whether or not you were talking. They would come in and talk to you when they felt like it, and then they would run away, right? Knight of Wands in the reverse, Queen of Wands, and the Emperor. This is somebody who's a little bit nervous that you have impulsively decided to cut them out of your life. And they may be wondering if it's because you're dating someone else or if you found out something about them that makes you feel like there's no future. So there's a lot of questions like, why did you block me? What was it that specifically hit you at that point, right? Hello, ASJ. Yes, that's true. We have the Empress. We have the Magician. Five of Wands in the reverse. We didn't even argue. Like, why did you block me? I don't understand. Like, I didn't do anything to you recently. Did I say something? I thought that I was the one that had the control. And instead, out of nowhere, you decide you're done with me. Like, I thought I had another get out of jail free card, or I thought I had a chance to like make this work on my own time. They liked the control element of it, right? I decide when we talk, I decide when things are good, I decide when I need a break, but you blocking me, that doesn't really, it doesn't work for me. Hello, Eric. Hello, Sundar, how are you? Hello, Mr. Times. We've got the Ace of Wands, King of Swords, and the 10 of Swords in the reverse. Okay, this is a strange message, but I'm gonna have to say it. And it only applies to those of you that have been physically intimate with this person, and I do feel like that's probably the majority of you. There was a burst of good luck and fortune that came into this person's life when they were associating with you in that manner, when y'all were getting on, okay? Just to be like disrespectful about it, sorry. And they thought it was their own energy. They thought things were going better for them, or they thought they felt better because they were awesome. And now they're realizing, after being away from you, it was your energy. And if they don't figure things out with you eventually, they will never have that magic energy again. Hello, Letitia. Thank you. I hope you enjoy. Hello, Dagmar. Hello, Nassim. Hello, Pharaoh. Hello, Big Dog. Letitia, if we get to a $15 tip or higher today, I will take personal questions at the end. This is a collective reading as of now. What should we use? Let's go with, this is the Pause Tarot. Awesome. Thank you, ASJ. What else do we have? Lovers in the reverse, indecisiveness. Now, you know, it's real easy when we see the Lovers card to assume that this is simply talking about soulmates or whether or not somebody is in love, but the tarot is deeper than that. It's more complex than that. This is also about a major choice. And when it's in the reverse, it makes me feel like this person was hesitant to actually identify or like qualify in their mind what you meant to them or what this connection was. They wanted to leave things ambiguous, sorry, or mysterious, because then they were in control. If you were actually committed, if they like moved in with you or whatever, then there's a sense of obligation or expectation. Again, they wanted that magician like exercise over the control, right? Whenever we're together, it's because I wanted it to happen, right? Hey Deborah, how are you doing? I do actually have playlists on my channel. So you can look up by like theme or subject the readings that you want to see, including astrological signs, although I do fewer of those recently. I do have some all signs as well, but as far as personal tarot readings, I can do wild card where you don't even ask me questions and I'll just tell you what you need to know, or dig into specific questions. Wow, we've got the Magician in the reverse. That makes a lot of sense because they're feeling like whatever it is that has changed for you, you're the High Priestess regardless of your gender. This is saying you're keeping secret, or you have been kind of moving in a way that is not easily determined by them. Oh, thank you so much, ASJ. I appreciate you. That takes away their control. They feel like they don't have that control now, and that makes them feel uneasy because they've always had that access, right? Or that control. Thank you, James. Strength. 7 of Cups. So it took a while for this person to understand that strength and courage are not always what they envision it to be. So what I mean by that is they may have conflated certain concepts in their life and determined them to mean I'm strong, right? If I never cry, that means I'm strong. I don't agree with that. Maybe you do, but I feel it's a good thing and a healthy thing for you to release or have some sort of outlet for those emotions instead of bottling them up, right? I don't have to believe you, but you also don't have to watch my channel. If you don't like my channel, that's just fine with me. There's like thousands of other ones, but I'm not here to entertain negative energy. So I wish you the best, but go find a different channel. And don't insult Pharaoh. Pharaoh's been awesome. We've got 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. The Hierophant in the reverse. You telling me I'm not the boss now? You telling me that I don't get to decide if I can come back through, or if I can get to know you better, or if I can hang out with you for 24 hours and then disappear? I'm not used to this. This isn't the normal like rule book that we followed in the past, right? You guys are sweet. See, look. You make me smile. It's the sun. It's the happiest card in the deck. Here's what scares the socks off of this person. What if you actually figured them out? What if you actually figured out that they were playing games? What if you actually figured out that they aren't who they said they are? What if you realized that you don't have to wait around for them. They're constantly running through the different options or the different reasons that you could have for saying, I don't want to hear from you again. Even if you've worked on yourself, even if you have a different approach to our love, I don't want to hear it. It's a no for me, dog. Like, they're wondering why you're so content or happy to leave things alone with them. Why aren't you curious? Why don't you want to see if it could work? Why don't you want to see what they're up to? Don't you want to know if they're dating anybody else? Nope, you don't. You're over it. And they're like, what? How could you do that? How could you do that? Because you let go of things that are not good for you. Because you stopped believing in promises you know they plan to break. Because you're ready to experience something more meaningful. Because you know your worth, right? Ooh, I love it. And now we have the star. Things are working out better for you. The path seems clearer for you. The more comfortable you get with the idea of just accepting how things go. If it was meant to be, then this person would treat me better. If we were supposed to be together, then I wouldn't have to tell them to stop ghosting me, right? I wouldn't have to ask them to please, oh please, won't you just like kind of respect me a little bit? You don't want to give directions to this person. You're not a piece of IKEA furniture. I feel like you've already told this person a lot about yourselves. They've already seen a lot about you. They took zero action, or they took the wrong action despite having those pieces of information that told them exactly how to approach things with you. I feel like they kind of punked out. They fumbled, right? They didn't do what they knew they needed to because they thought they could just kind of procrastinate, or that there would be another option for them, that you would always forgive them, right? Oh, you watch trains? That's too cool. I love that. For me, that's about as calming as watching like a waterfall or the ocean. Hello, Johnny. Hello, OXO. How are you doing? Hello, Lilith. What's going on? So we've got Judgment. You made a decision, and it's rocking this person's world. They don't understand how you got to this point. They don't know what's going on in your life or what you've figured out about them. They just know that all of a sudden you're done. They want to know. It's driving them crazy. That sounds dangerous, but you do you, dragons. Did I say hello to Olga? And hello, your fave? Oh, you're sweet. So we've got the Emperor. This is you standing on business. You were like, hold on. Let me just check my records real quick. Didn't treat me with respect. Doesn't call me back. Doesn't laugh at my funniest jokes. Emotionally immature. You know what? I dare say I deserve better than that. You looked at the reality of the situation without allowing for potential. Where are we right now? What have you done for me lately? How have you treated me? What does that tell me about where you are in your healing or how you approach relationships? It tells me you're not ready. Sun in the reverse. You don't see things the way that I do, and that's okay. We don't have to see them exactly the same. But if you're not trying to understand more about yourself and you're not on that path of self-discovery, then your offer of love is not appealing to me. Hello, microwave enthusiasts. Oh, that's funny. Hey, y'all, you can totally find something else on YouTube for you. I believe in you. But yeah, I have no problem with the whack-a-mole game. Johnny, if we get to $15 in the tips for today, then I will do personal questions at the end of the reading. Ooh, I bet you can. We've got Empress in the reverse. 5 of Cups in the reverse. The problem is this is somebody who's trying to figure out why you're mad without really doing any of that self-reflection. They want you to draw them a map, right? I know I hurt you, but just tell me, what was it that I did? King of Swords in the reverse, 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, Hanged Man in the reverse. This is someone who's stubborn. They had the opportunity to go through a dark night of the soul or learn more about themselves. Like I said, they were avoiding self-reflection, right? So King of Swords is in the reverse because this is somebody who didn't want to actually know the truth. They wanted to justify how they see things. So that's why you looked at this situation and acknowledged they don't treat me with the respect that I deserve, or they don't see the value that I bring to the table. They don't seem to have the potential to do a long-term relationship or offer some sort of reliable companionship. And if they're going to be stubborn in that way, then why would I want to try to like drag them out of that? It's got to be them choosing to make that change, right? Hey Voyager, how are you doing? Hello Madison, how are you? So we've got Justice in the reverse. They feel outraged, they're furious because they feel like you blocked them too soon or you don't have a reason to do this. They feel like now you've blocked their path so they can't make things right. They may have been telling themselves that they were waiting for the right moment to make things right or to apologize or to tell you the truth. But I think you decided I'm not going to wait for you to give me closure. I can gift myself closure by choosing a new start, by letting go of this past and the hopes that may have been associated with it, and instead focusing on things that are real. Chariot, moving on. You have an unstoppable energy about you that enables you to create a change or transform when you're being challenged, right? Oh, thank you, Agrim. How are you doing? Oh, what a sweet message. I hope everyone gets direction to what they want in life and can stay at peace. Stay happy, y'all. What a sweetheart. Thank you. So that does get us to the goal for doing personal questions, you guys. I'll do a little bit more for this general reading, and then I can take some personal questions. So let's go with the Nightmare Before Christmas. What else do we have? Oh, thank you, Candy. I hope you're having a good day. Four of Candles, which is the Four of Wands. And the King of Potions, or the King of Cups. Now, I don't know if you can pick up the same energy as I do, but look at the looks on their faces. So the Four of Wands is about elevating things or taking things to the next level, reaching a milestone. And with this King of Cups, there's a little bit of someone being like kind of shady or manipulative. This is like, I know that whenever I offer to get into an exclusive relationship with you or introduce you to my friends or claim you on social media, that, you know, you'll be ready for it. You'll want that. I know that you are waiting for me, right? But if I know that, then I can take my sweet time. I don't have to move quickly, right? Oh, good for you, Candy. Oh, from Holland? That's too cool. Hello, Elizabeth. How are you? What else do we have? Temperance in the reverse. And the Three of Presents, or the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so this person from your past, who could be your twin flame, is so confident in how they place amongst your exes. They are certain that they're like the one that got away or the one that you would always want to reconnect with, that they feel the only thing that would get you to the point where you feel like you need to block them is if you found somebody else and they wanted you to block this person. So it's like immediately the alarms go off in their mind and they think, okay, I need to figure out if they're dating someone. Have you met somebody new? Have you fallen in love with somebody? Is there somebody who is like jealous of the connection that we have? Oh, beautiful cat. I got one of those. We've got the moon and the 7 of wands, or the 7 of candles. Yeah, so they want to know what motivated you. What was the catalyst? Is it because you met somebody else? Is it because you finally decided you can't wait for them? Hello, Ben. Hello, Third Eye. How's it going? Hello, Radhika. Hello, Candy. This is a general collective reading, but someone did just meet the tip threshold, so I'm going to do some personal questions for folks as well. Laura, you're the best. So look, this is somebody who feels like maybe if they ask the right people, they can figure out what's going on in your life. Maybe if they get a tarot reading, they could figure out why you blocked them. Maybe if they look into your recent follows, they could figure out what's going on or see if anybody's posted a picture of you recently. But they are super, super focused on what was it that caused you to actually block me. 9 of Needles or 9 of Swords in the reverse. This is driving them crazy. So they may be acting weird enough where their friends or family are even asking them like, yo, what's up? Why are you in such a mood? Yes, I do, Letitia. I've got a pretty extensive collection of tarot and oracle cards, so it helps me get a little bit more specific with the kind of like niche readings. Death and the Tower in the reverse with the Chariot in the reverse. Look, I feel there is a transformation or a change happening in your life that is necessary. And part of that change is your ability to recognize that somebody else is not changing. If you are working on yourself and embarking on or continuing this journey of self-discovery and you're trying to connect in a meaningful way with somebody who's like, maybe later, I'm too busy watching The Sopranos. I'm not really trying to like throw shade on The Sopranos, but it's like, look, there are priorities in life. And this person, they want to delay. They want to procrastinate. They don't want to do right by you. So you're like, okay, if you ain't getting in the car, then you're not going with me. So then you can stay here and I'm going to be like moving on. Hello, Mac. How are you doing? Larry, I hope you're doing all right. Please do not use full names. I would really appreciate it if you don't anyways. All right, so 4 of Swords, Devil in the reverse, 8 of Potions or 8 of Cups in the reverse. I'm going to tell you right now, this person may be trying to come back around in some other way. I mean, you blocked them, right? So whatever main source of communication they looked at, they don't have that as an option anymore. They might send you a letter, they might send you chocolates, they might show up on your door because they're determined to find a way. What is it that made you block me and why did you choose this moment? And can I salvage it? Will you give me another chance? And I think you're like, how about no? Your name is profanity. It's true. Hello, Fine. I hope you're having a good day. What's up, GP? I'm doing great. You have what I would call like executive timing because we're just reaching the personal questions period of the reading. So, who's got a question for me? Hello, Sim. How are you doing? Let me get a tarot deck. Yeah, Agrim, if you have a question, I would love to take that as a priority, but yeah, you're good. Oh, yeah, no, that's not what I'm offering. This is not like an ask me anything. It's if you have a question, I can do a tarot reading for you. But if you would like to debate religious issues, just know that sometimes people get blocked for that. But I would point out that there's a cross right there. Ooh, GP. Does my female friend miss me and will she text me soon? Grind hard. No, I think right now she wants space. We've got the Two of Potions or Two of Cups in the reverse and the Eight of Candles or Eight of Wands. But this is a perfect answer to your follow-up, which is she going to text you? Yes. Give her the space that she needs now. There's something that she really does need to have like time to process, but she's going to communicate and you will see her again. It's just let me like work through this, right? What do you mean with your one doubt? Olga's asking, will I get justice? I sure hope so, but let's find out. Will Olga get justice? Ten of Pentacles is in the reverse. I don't think it's going to measure up to what you deserve. The justice that you should be getting, I don't see you getting. And it's because there's something lacking here in terms of evidence or proof or the timeline. With the Page of Lightning or Page of Swords in the reverse, it's like somebody is pointing to that as justification to not do 100% the way they should, right? But we've got the Moon. So I do feel like there's something here that has been hidden that's going to come out, and it could be dereliction of duties or problems as far as those that are responsible for delivering that justice. Letitia would like to know, will I find a good job or career? Thank you for the likes and the subscribes, by the way. That goes a long way. Yes, we've got the Seven of Swords, though, so it looks to me like there is a concern in terms of making sure that you appreciate the options available to you. There's something here that is going to be offered to you that isn't what they tell you it is. With the transformation in the reverse, this is like a lateral move when they're trying to tell you it's a promotion. So ask a lot of questions, get all the details, because something here isn't quite what you're looking for. And after you pass that test, I feel like you find what you do want to have. I love how it specifies that you time people out for like 86,000 seconds. Oh, I don't want to pull. Do we have a question? You deserve it. But there's an issue. Mandolin, was my sister's death an accident? I'm really sorry for your loss. So I feel like the death was an accident. And it's interesting because in this King of Cups, we even have like gravestone in the back. There is somebody here who was around that cares or cared for her, but they feel like they didn't have a choice. So it's like more so that there is some concern over how things happened or how they were handled after the accident, right? But with Judgment, I do feel like whatever was not handled the way that it should have been, I see people getting karma. So they've had to think about it a lot. Thank you, Pharaoh. Is the gem I'm thinking of really okay for James? You're welcome, Vandalin. And my condolences. Ten of Cups says, yeah. This looks pretty legit. With the Knight of Swords, there might be some additional information coming in for you soon. But this Ten of Cups is beautiful energy. Stephanie, I did not see your question. Sorry, you have to keep in mind I can only see like 5 comments at a time and they scroll up as I'm reading. Do not ask me questions about myself. Literally, there's a cross right there. I'm gonna get irritated. This is about what I can do to help you all. Like, don't ask me questions about myself. Stephanie would like to know, will I get approved for SSI? Yes. We've got the Hermit, very positive energy, and the Empress, which feels to me like empathy or something that is very helpful, something that makes your life easier. Aw, you're so sweet. Thank you, Bernhard. Ayush, will I become rich in the coming years? No. Not in the way you think. So the difference here is it's not going to be, you know, like you're able to afford yachts or like buy your own island or anything like that. But I do see you being wealthy with regards to the people that surround you. So maybe a slight redefinition of what wealth means for you, but I see you being surrounded by people that care about you. And that, my friend, is a pretty great way to feel rich. Oh, you're so welcome, Stephanie. Madam Matthias, how we doing? Will I be with the one I'm looking for? Judgment in the reverse. No, I don't see that happening, in part because there is something here that has been left, how do I say this, vulnerable. Oh, thank you, Wilmaris. How are you doing? Okay, I will come back to that question. So, Madam Matthias, there's something here that has needed to be healed or addressed. It could be like an unspoken argument, right? But once that is addressed, there's a more, like a better chance. But I feel like there's resistance or hesitation on your part or on theirs to deal with this thing that needs to be dealt with. Will my guy come back changed to fix our relationship? And was it take it to the next level? And take it to marriage. And what was your name again? Thank you, Wilmarise. Let's see what we've got for you. Oh, that's so perfect. Yes, there is fresh energy here between the two of you. There is a desire to approach things like, let's get a clean slate, let's get everything out, let's address it, and then let's focus on being in this happy energy around each other. Let's be thankful for what we have instead of like nitpicking the little details. The Six of Swords is about moving into calmer waters. And this is about coming clean or being honest. Let's just talk through what it is that we need to. There's no need for us to argue. I do feel like this is about introspection. So taking the time to really learn, what is it that I do that blocks us from being happy, and how can I change that? So very positive answer for you. And thank you for the tip. Hello, Davika, how are you doing? You're so welcome, Ayush. What else do we have? We've got Shine asking, what should I do to work on my self-worth? Knight of Wands, Page of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so it feels to me like there's something that helps you to relax. I'm just going to use like an analogy, what I like to do. Last night, for example, I just like completely zoned out and was drawing more of like geometrical type art, right? Lots of patterns and lines, because it helps me to just kind of let go of other things. There's something here that you need to prioritize or do in the very near future that frees your mind in that way. Maybe it's as simple as watching the waves from the ocean or people watching at the mall. But this deals with some sadness that is like a film over the eyes, right? So there's something here that you need to do, and you need to do it quickly, or you need to do it more frequently, because it helps you as far as the mindset, right? No, Tashana, I don't need to grow up, actually. I don't need you to come on my channel and ask me questions about me when I'm doing things for others. This isn't about me. But the good news is there's plenty of other channels on YouTube that are probably perfect for you. Hey, what's up, Fire Tiger? Ah, because then she told me to grow up. You're so welcome, Shine. Here, let me grab a different tarot. Angel would like to know, is Rob aware of our spiritual connection? Yes, but he's fighting it. It makes him uncomfortable. Yeah, Knight of Cups, Ten of Wands in the reverse. Ten of Wands in the reverse is somebody who's overwhelmed. Somebody who feels like, if I really admit to myself how much I feel for this person, then I would also have to probably commit to the idea that I need to work on some things, or I need to change some things in my life, and that's scary. So I'm aware, but I feel like I have to hide from it. Hello, Olga. Thank you so much for that. Let's see. Dina has a question. Does my mom like my current person? What's up, Bedlam? Meow. Dana, it looks like maybe not so much a fan of your person right now. Six of Cups. Does your current person remind your mom of somebody from your past? Or perhaps there's a concern regarding a child? Three of Wands. I feel like you just have to give it time. This, I think, will eventually change. Nine of Cups in the reverse tells me that there's something that your mom's really like prioritizing that is more about her and less about you. If she begins to look at it as is my daughter happy? Then I think things will start to shift, right? Hello, Gary. You would just like a random card? Let's see what we get for you. Ten of Spheres or 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. This feels like a heads up that there is someone within your family that is hoping to hear from you. This is someone who probably would not instigate or like start the conversation, but they are missing you or wanting to know what's going on. King of Cups in the reverse. There's sadness here. You may not realize that somebody is really going through it and how much it would mean to hear from you. What else? Hello, Pooja. How are you doing? All right, I will take 2 more questions. You're welcome, Gary. If I've already done 1 question for you, I'm trying to make sure that I share the love and find other folks that have questions. Have I missed another one recently? Candy, you just want a random card? Hello, totally not. Is it Braylon? You're sweet. Thank you. Candy, I'm going to pull a random couple cards and see what happens. All right. Ooh, I like that. 9 of Spheres or the 9 of Pentacles. 3 of Swords in the reverse. And the World, you've got some exciting things happening for you right now because you are paying closer attention to your intuition. Trust that intuition. It is going to be more reliable for you than it ever has been before. And it's because with the 3 of Swords in the reverse, you are actively or have actively been working towards addressing this limitation or this frustration, toxic energy in your life. So you have, it's like you freed yourself from some sort of block or baggage. Maybe you forgave someone, but there's a whole like brand new chapter starting for you because you've been able to put something behind you. So embrace that and focus on all the positive stuff that's going to be coming through. All right, and 1 more. Anthony would like to know something about my love life. Well, your love life. Oh, good for you, Candy. Hold on, I got to make sure I keep that. Anthony, okay. What do we have for Anthony's love life? 7 of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so Anthony, I see something taking longer than you expect, or pacing being incredibly important. In other words, you might sit here and be like, is this thing on? Like, why haven't you fallen in love with me yet? Do you not see how cool I am? And it's not because I think you have an ego. It's because I think you're dealing with somebody who just literally needs a little bit of extra time. Like, pacing might be different for you and for this person. But if you are patient, if you are accommodating for maybe it taking a little bit longer for someone to fall in love with you than you fall in love with them, then you get the prize. Notice how he's got the pentacle in his mouth? So 9 of Pentacles being in the reverse would be a relationship. You find this really meaningful connection in part because you are willing to be patient and allow for somebody to get to that point and not like, you know, tell them to hurry up, which doesn't ever really help. All right. I love you all. Thank you for the tips. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscriptions. And I hope to see you on the next reading.